So I'm back again. And I thought that before I go in on my shift today and before I release that awesome OnePlus 6T review, I would go over a few things that are commonly used, terms that are commonly used in my videos so that everybody understands. These are things that the average person wouldn't really, understand, and I thought that it'd be helpful to have a video explaining just the basics of tech. So, when I talk about RAM, for instance, RAM is that thing in your phone that allows you to open up a ton of apps at once. The more RAM that you have, the more apps that you can have open, and not only that, but the faster they'll run. So say I'm playing a game and I want to be listening to YouTube at the same time. On my Galaxy Note 9, I have 8 gigabytes of RAM. That means that I can open up both apps at the same time, with one running in the background and the other one in the foreground, and it's going to run super fast and super normal. The more RAM that you have, the better and cleaner and quicker your phone is going to run. It's the same with computers. You can open up like more applications and stuff, the better the RAM is. But honestly, in a lot of things, anything over 8 gigabytes of RAM is overkill. So unless you're a hardcore gamer or like a real power user on your phone, you're not going to need more than 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's just basics. Nobody needs that much RAM unless they're doing something very graphic intensive. So you're going to be completely happy with something up to 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the average user is actually going to be happy with 4 to 6 gigabytes of RAM. They're not going to notice a difference. This is for the power users. The higher RAM is for the power users and people who want to have a lot of stuff open all at once. Okay, so another thing that I talk about a lot on here is storage. And storage space is how much you can actually store on the phone. So, like, my Galaxy Note 9 has 128 gigabytes of storage. That's a lot of storage. When you think about the fact that each image that you take is only a few megabytes of storage, and every video that you take is only... sometimes they breach the gigabytes of storage, but typically a video that you take is not going to take more than like 1 gigabyte of storage max, and it's usually going to be somewhere in the megabytes. The music that you listen to is going to be megabytes of music. The videos that you download, unless you're downloading in 4K, is going to be in the megabytes. So you're not even going to touch 128 gigabytes of storage. Most people, when phones first came out, they had 16 gigabytes of storage. And, well, actually, they had 8 gigabytes of storage. Then it went up to 16. People were unhappy with 8. They were pretty decent with 16. And the base phones are like 32 and 64 gigabytes of storage. But if you're not a power user, if you don't take a lot of photos, if you don't need a lot of stuff on your phone, if you don't want to put a lot of music on your phone, you are totally cool to just have like 32 or 64 gigabytes of storage. Or some people are totally cool to just have 16 gigabytes of storage. That's still totally commonly acceptable. So understand that when I say that something has like 128 or 512 gigabytes of storage, that is insane. And you're lucky to have it, but you don't necessarily need it all the time. So think about that when you're purchasing a phone. How many pictures do you really take? How many videos do you really take? How fast do you fill up a phone? I fill up a phone really fast because I do videos and I do a lot of pictures, but I don't fill it up that fast. Another thing that I talk about on my channel is like how slim a phone is. So it's good to have a slim phone because that means that it fits in your pocket and stuff, but you also got to consider the amount of space the battery takes. The bigger the battery, the more milliamps of battery power that you have, the longer your phone is going to last. So when you get a little bit of a thicker phone, know that that's probably because of the battery, and it shouldn't be a race to be like who's got the slimmest phone out there, because you need to consider the fact that there's a lot of things that go into making your phone, a lot of internal workings that need a little bit of space. So if your phone isn't the slimmest on the market, you might be making up for that with a 4,000 mega amp battery, and you know that's pretty freaking cool, right? Okay, so let's see, I'm having trouble thinking anything else. If you think of any questions or any commonly used terms that people say in the phone industry or in computers or anything like that tech related, go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know what you think, and I will totally make another video and let you know what it means and explain it in depth. I think it is about 9:30, so I am going to go and start my shift and hopefully knock out that OnePlus 6T video today. Have a great day, and remember, like and subscribe if you want more content.